The reason most people learn to code is to make money in some way. The problem is that a lot of the advice online focuses on the flashiest way to do that, not the ones that actually work. In this video, I'll walk you through the realistic ways people make money from coding, what the trade-offs are, and which ones are actually worth your time. And throughout the video, I'll rate each option based on income potential and likelihood of success. Now, I make money from coding via a normal 9-to-5 job. I show up every day, code for 8 hours, and then every month I get a paycheck. The work itself is genuinely enjoyable. No 2 days look the same. One day I'm working on configuration or back-end logic. The next I'm building UI. And sometimes I'm refactoring something old and messy into something nice and clean. Despite regular jobs getting a lot of hate online, I actually think they're great. At least for most people, the environment is relaxed. Co-workers are fun to work with, and it's certainly very stable. On top of all that, software development jobs pay better than most other jobs, so I would wholeheartedly recommend getting a software job. If I had to rate this, I'd give a full-time software job a C for income potential and a B for likelihood of success. For most people, this is a very solid choice, but for some people, a regular job isn't enough, and that's where starting your own software business comes in. Compared to a job, the income potential here is much higher, but so are the effort, the uncertainty, and the failure rate. A successful software business can set you up for life. We've all seen examples of that. At its core, a software business is simple. You build, maintain, and sell software that people are willing to pay for. It's simple, just not easy. And it doesn't have to be a groundbreaking idea. It can be a better version of something that already exists. If there's a tool you use every day that's frustrating or outdated, improving on that is a perfectly valid business idea. One concrete example of that is how Chrome replaced the Internet Explorer a long time ago. Not because it was a brand new idea, but because it was better. The downside is that it takes a lot of effort and might take a while until you make your first dollar. Whenever I meet people that have created successful software businesses, they always tell me about how the early days involved very long shifts and late nights, but that it's still worth it all in the end. Most also fail once or twice before they succeed. This is the path with the biggest upside and the biggest emotional and financial pressure. I'd give starting your own software business an A for income potential, but a D for likelihood of success. The upside is enormous, but it's one of the hardest paths to pull off. That's why for a lot of people the best option isn't choosing between a job or a business, but combining the two. So instead of going all in on a business immediately, you keep a part-time job for stability and work on your business on the side. It should ideally be a programming part-time job, but it doesn't have to be. You still have income, but you're also making progress towards something with a much higher income potential. This approach dramatically reduces risk while still giving you enough time and energy to work on your own thing. In terms of grading, I'd rate is an A for income potential and a B for likelihood of success. Another great way to make money from coding is by creating content online, but it's important to be clear about where the money actually comes from. For most people, content itself doesn't pay very well. Living off ad revenue requires a massive audience, and that takes a long time to build. To make this work in a faster way, use content to sell a product or a service. It might be a programming course, some other paid tutorial, or where you do code reviews for other people. All it takes is a small group of strong fans that like and trust you, and they might buy your product if it's good enough. The typical path looks something like this. You create content consistently, improve over time, and once you have an audience, you offer something that actually solves a problem for them. This is a model with a lot of leverage. One piece of content can keep bringing in people long after it's published. I had that happen with this video, which kept putting food on the table long after it was made. I'll give this an A for income potential and a B for likelihood of success. Those are some of the most realistic ways to make money from coding. There isn't a single best path. It really comes down to what you value the most: stability, flexibility, or income. A regular job is still the most reliable option for most people, and building a business has the highest income potential but also comes with the highest risk. Every path we talked about is a different trade-off between income potential and likelihood of success. The important thing is to be honest about the trade-offs and choose the path that fits your situation and personality the best. This is the great thing about learning to code. It gives you options, and that's a real advantage.
If you'd like to learn how to program things for yourself faster than anywhere else while also having a good time, then check out my Python Academy linked in the video description.